Hi guys. So I just did another little video on this golden Veyron. I keep calling them EB 110s because I got the EB sitting right in front of you, just like the EB Sports. And I was talking about this in another video. If you have a look at the front of the EB Super Sports from the 90s, this little mouth here is only about this big, but it's there on the EB 110 because it was the precursor to this car, as I've said before, and their intention was to get to where they were with the Veyron back then, kind of thing, and they just kept going and finally got there. Anyway, so this is, I'm quite proud of this one actually. I do a lot of mucking around with colours and cars and stuff like that, and so I've stumbled across a few little interesting things that I'm sure a lot of people know about, but those getting into it like me, I've only been in Assetto Corsa for 2 weeks and now I'm finding I'm addicted to it. Just got my first half decent wheel today. I was playing on a Microsoft Sidewinder wheel and I've got a G9 923, whatever it is today. So this car, I mean, I've done all the colours and the wheels and all that sort of stuff, but what's it all about? Paint shop. Click on paint shop when you get in here and it'll tell you all your selections. Sometimes you've only got paint. Sometimes you might paint and alloys. You might have paint and you're able to do within paint the specular, the reflections, and the specular is one of the settings, you know, to do lighting and all that sort of stuff. So these are your selections here. Now, when you come here, it's from obviously where you've selected the vehicle. As you can see, all the normal colours were there, yeah, and you might look through them and pick a colour and you're happy with that. But so for example, we'll go and pick this one here. You pick it when you get in there anyway. You can sort of go in with the colour that you pick. Anyway, that's irrelevant. Open up, and this is cappuccino. I've named it, but it's really gold in my mind. But I've made that colour for it and called it that. I've got a suggestion, and I would say I'm going to limit myself to only doing one variant of each car in each file, because I think it kind of mucks with you a bit. I've had to do a kind of half a reset, doing a lot of mucking around, and people in the know probably already know this, and I'm more than happy for people to pipe up. I'm still new, or people to pipe up and just point out anything new or correct me, please. It's a learning process for me. So anyway, okay, we'll go pick a different one. Got the champagne blue here now. Open up paint shop. Let me just think. I think I'm right in saying no. Okay, so you pick the colour here. After you open paint shop, I thought you could maybe still work within the main colour. But here obviously is the breakdown. Now what will happen sometimes is actually let's do it here. So when you do your selections at the end, you're going to either modify the current model that you brought up, or you're going to create a new one and click over. Now notice the car, when I do that, something changes. There's the panels on the top of the roof. On some cars it's the whole car. It'll go back to, it had a livery on it and go back to all white or something like that. And that can be cool because some of these cars you can only get with liveries on them, like as a receive. So I'm not sure that everybody who's sort of newish to it would know that you could go and just rip those off. All of a sudden you've got a car that didn't even really exist, because it's not a race car in look, it's a street car in look, but it's got the racing features. So I just thought kind of interesting to point out. I wonder if I can make it happen with one of these other colour Veyrons or something. I should have just done it from within the menu, but anyway. Okay, so yeah, if you open it up in this window here and click CM Showroom at the bottom, you'll get the colour that you have got up represented on the screen. Otherwise you do it once you're in there. And I think that might make a difference. Let's have a look. So if we're modifying the current here, no, okay, it's only changing a little bit of that car. It's just the way it is with this Veyron. But look at the amount of selections the Veyron actually does have. I mean, by the end of it, Yeah, okay. Let's do a quick one. So we'll change that to that. No flakes. Car paint colour number 2. Oh, let's just, for argument's sake, I'm just going to whiz through this quickly just to give a demonstration of what could end up being a result from what you started with, you know. Carpet inside, leather inside, blah blah blah. Yep. There you go. Oops. Hand jerked. Yeah, just I like a bit of cream leather. There's more leather in there. You can set all that at same different colours, whatever you want to do. Blah blah blah. What's this one? Okay, so it's major interior leather. That one there, coloured where it says coloured. That'll generally do a lot inside. Now I'll get to this in a second, but okay, so you've got your rims down here. Let's say we want to make a set of hyperchromes. Okay. Oops. Well, you can delete, take colours out, of course. But I'm just going to hyperchrome all 3 of those in that vicinity. Maybe a different tint to each one. Oops, we don't want that. And the other end of the spectrum over here, just to give it depth. Yeah, it's still got too much colour in it. Okay, and that's that. So I'm not going to want to modify the current one that exists. I'd rather leave the original models. So I'm going to save as new. I'm going to save it in there. Now just up here, you can do whatever you like with the country and all that sort of stuff, but that's where I have my bit of fun. Look, I'm a really good dude and I'm a really sort of honest guy and all that sort of stuff, but I'm a rough around the edges Aussie and I just like to have a bit of a laugh, so don't be a wanker if you're a wanker about this sort of stuff, because it's just a giggle, you know. I don't need to get all so fucking serious and shit, you know. So there we go. Whoops, I put MF, did I? Now you will notice sometimes putting this in here will lock it up, so it might be a good idea. There we go, so it's probably a good idea to do all your colouring first. Go back and do the name on the number plate last, because it'll crash mid number plate half the time. And if you've done this many selections, you'll be as annoyed as I was when I did my second round of the gold Bugatti. So, how'd that turn out? I didn't even really look at the model while we were doing it. It's kind of cool. I don't even mind it. I kept the colours in the same palette. Anyway, so yeah, I wasn't sure who knew what and blah blah blah. Some of that's pretty basic and straightforward. There's an interesting one I'm going to do coming up. It's no more interesting in that things open, I guess. Oh no, it is actually. I'm going to do one on the look out for it. I've half done it already. The Aston Martin Victor. That's got a couple of little cool things about it. Even looks and body shape, you know, body tones and paint sort of thing. You don't even have options of on the main screen, but you can unravel. So I'm going to cut this one off here. It was just a little bit of fun. Continued on from the look at my car video I did before. All right, catch up.